to another edition of Marty's Home Cooking. Today we're going to make one of my favorite dishes, Hungarian goulash, with some London broiled steaks cut up. And we're going to have some onions and some paprika paste, some beef stock and some wine and some mushrooms. And it all simmers and cooks for a few hours. And it's served with a German noodle, and it's absolutely delicious. So let's get started. We're going to just brown our meat. I've already seasoned it with salt and pepper. We're going to brown our meat, and we're going to brown it in a little bit of oil. I use some organic shortening. It's about 1/4 cup. And we're just going to sear our chunks of meat. And once those are browned, we're going to then add our flour. When you flour the meat, it doesn't sear the same as if it was unfloured. And the flour acts as a thickening agent for your gravy. And we'll be back. All right, we're back, and we have browned our meat, and I have chopped up my red peppers. I have some roasted red peppers in a jar, and I have some porcini mushrooms that I've chopped up, and I've already started grilling my onions. As you can see, the onions are browned nicely with the bits from the beef, and we're going to add our garlic. Stir that around a little bit, and then we're going to add our peppers and our mushrooms. And as you can see over here, I dusted my already seared beef with some flour so that it helps add for the thickening agent as it cooks for a couple of hours on the stovetop. So we're going to go back over here. We're going to add our seasoning actually first. We're going to add our paprika. And I also have a little bit of paste. I use a tablespoon of paste. You guys can see the recipe in its entirety on the site once it's up. And there's also a little bit of brown sugar and some dry mustard. The paprika paste is found in a specialty store for like European cooking, like Hungarian cooking or German cooking. And we're just going to add this stuff right in here. A little messy there. But as I was saying, the paprika paste gives it a little more intense flavor. And we just give that a stir. Doesn't have to be completely blended, because when you add the liquid, you're going to reduce it down with a little bit of the wine first, and then add your beef broth and simmer for 2 to 3 or 4 hours. I've got my wine already here. What you're going to do is you're just going to cover it with the wine. It. Give it another little stir. Add your Worcestershire sauce. I never say that word right. Alright, we're just going to stir this in a little bit and let it simmer for a little while till it reduces down in liquid to about half, and then we're going to add our beef broth and let it simmer a little longer. And we'll be back. Okay, we're back, and we have thickened our sauce up quite a bit with that simmering with just the wine, and now we're going to just add our beef broth 2 cups. It's pretty much a recipe that you can't really mess up. You can add ingredients as you see the need for. This is just an approximate. And we will be back in a little while to show you how to make the noodles while this simmers for a few hours. And we're back. We're going to make our noodles now. They're called Spaetzle, and they are a German noodle, and they consist of some flour and some egg with some water and milk mixture and a little salt. And I'm just going to throw this in here. And we're going to mix it up. I saved a little bit of my liquid just in case my consistency needs one way or the other. And we're just going to mix that up. So once I get it to my consistency, we'll be back. I also like to add a little flavor, so I'm adding some chives to mine. You can add herbs to your liking. And it's a little thick, so we're going to add a little bit more water. Mix up a little more of my egg there. And you want the noodles to fall through the device that you're going to use. It's like a ricer, and you boil them in water. Okay, our consistency is good. It's almost like a pancake batter, maybe a little thicker, but you want to incorporate a little bit of air in it. And then, once it's well mixed, we're just going to let it sit for about 30 minutes while the water begins to boil. And we'll be back. Alright, we are back, and I'm ready to make our noodles. We have our batter here that's rested for about 30 minutes, and as you can see, it's very thick. And this is a Spaetzle maker, and it just slides back and forth, so it makes the little noodles perfectly shaped. And all you do is just put some of this in here and slide the mechanism back and forth. And then you just strain the noodles as you go. Just slide it back and forth, and it makes the perfect size noodles. These noodles also freeze, so if they're kind of fussy in your opinion to make enough of them that you can freeze them for other meals. They're good with most dishes. They are lovely. And the goulash smells so good, simmering in the pot next to me. You can also just enjoy these with a little butter and salt and pepper. And also a reminder just to salt the water, just like you would with boiling pasta, before you put your noodles in. And here we have our finished dish. Hungarian goulash with German noodles.